3 days ago, Shoe0nHead released a video titled The Insane World of Child Dating Apps. And first of all, what kind of world are we even living in where that's a thing? Just no on so many levels. But here's what's going on for this video. You see 3 different VTubers, SmugAlana, Mary VTuber, and Chelzor streams reacted to that video and had their videos struck down by YouTube. Shoe saying, "Attention, some BS." Several YouTubers, the 3 I just mentioned, have had their videos covering my new video about the dangers of child dating apps unfairly removed from YouTube for, quote, violating TOS, unquote, while my original video is still up on YouTube. Their requests for approval have been ignored. This is completely insane and unfair. As the creator of the original video, I'm calling for YouTube to remove the TOS strike against these YouTubers, as well as any others who have been hit for covering my video. Let them cover it. It's fair use and not against TOS. At Team YouTube, at YouTube creators, please fix your broken system. Stop using AI to determine these things. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Attached are 2 screenshots. Let's check these out. So we can see SmugAlana here saying, "I'm formally appealing the community guideline strike issued against my video at Team YouTube. After reviewing YouTube's child safety policy, I believe this content was flagged in error as it is transformative commentary and educational critique regarding public safety." And the second screenshot, we've got Mary saying, "Hello, Team YouTube. I'm submitting a formal appeal regarding the community guideline strike issued against my video. Upon careful review of YouTube's child safety policy, I believe this enforcement action was applied in error, as the content in question constitutes transformative commentary and educational critique focused on public safety." Chelzor the Destroyer responding to Mary and saying, "The same thing happened to me. Sad times." Mary's tweet was made on December 24th, but just an hour ago, Team YouTube responded saying, "We send you a DM. Let's continue our convo there." So hopefully they actually resolve this, but we'll see. SmugAlana also made her tweet contacting Team YouTube on December 24th as well, and she got a response the next day on the 25th that reads, "We flagged this to our team to take a second look. Wanted to clarify that a person did review your appeal, not AI, but mistakes can happen. So we've shared with the right people to re-review. We'll go ahead and DM you so that line of communication is open for when we hear back. Thanks for bearing with us on this." Once again, hopefully they resolve this, but yeah, this is all a pretty strange look. And she would even add this context saying, "On a side note, although my video was not removed, it is not reaching as many people as usual, like nothing I've ever seen before in the history of my channel. I assumed it's due to posting too close to Christmas and people being busy with the holidays, or people just not wanting to watch a video about this topic. Understandable, have a nice day. But because of this other stuff, I now suspect it is being suppressed. Meanwhile, other YouTubers that react to it are just having their videos completely outright removed. And according to the person who screen recorded this, pick 2, my video is in quote-unquote restricted mode, essentially shadow banned, which is completely out of a creator's control. Nothing I can do about that. I didn't even know that this was a thing. But my channel will be fine. The more important issue is the smaller channels being struck over covering my video. It's just crazy how we can't cover basically the news, yet this stuff can be covered on mainstream television." As mentioned, she included 2 pictures, the first one being her analytics for the video, it looks like. And yeah, you can see this got around 363,000 less views than usual. It is falling below the average. The average is that like gray highlighted area right there. The top being like, you know, the higher part of the average, the bottom being the lower part of the average. And you can see the blue line is the video in question. And the second image is actually this video that I think she mentioned a viewer sent her, showing how when they enter restricted mode, Shoe's video disappears. The one in question, of course, that I'm referring to. The restricted mode thing is still confusing. I don't think that's the problem here, but I mean, it might not be helping the case, but there's a difference between like restricted mode, not showing a video, and like an actual shadow ban. You might recall back in August and around like August, September-ish, a lot of people were trying to wonder why like views were falling off for pretty much everyone on the platform. And there was a lot of talk about like restricted mode being the case, and then people were finding out that there might have been some like loose association with like ad blockers and whatnot. It was a very confusing situation that I don't think ultimately came to any 100% conclusion. But for example, if we go to Shoe's channel and we enter restricted mode, we can see that it's actually not just that video that's being hidden, so to speak, but it actually wipes out like the majority of her videos of all time. And then you can compare that to this, where I turn off restricted mode, and you can see that's like her actual full list of videos. So yeah, in restricted mode, it only shows like 12 of her videos, but in reality, she's of course got dozens upon dozens that you will never see in restricted mode, but those videos still performed fine, meaning I don't think restricted mode's the problem here. There might, as mentioned, be like an actual shadow ban thing going on. It's hard to say for sure. The whole topic's very confusing, and this is not to like shame the viewer that was saying it might be restricted mode. I totally don't blame them for thinking that might be the case, and like I said, it still might be a factor, but I don't think it's like the definitive answer to what's going on here. And again, like I don't blame anyone for being confused on this topic because YouTube doesn't tell us anything about this. We've all just had to speculate over and over again and try to come to our own conclusions. And even for my channel and so many other channels out there, if you turn on restricted mode, a bunch of videos are wiped out. Like for me, it's like half my channel's gone. For Kitsu, I think that was one of the worst I saw. It was like 90% of her channel wiped out in restricted mode. Like I said before, I really don't like bashing YouTube, and like I'm not trying to bash them here. I love this platform. I freaking love making videos. I'm very grateful for YouTube and for all the viewers and for all of this. But, you know, we can't help but wish YouTube was a bit more straightforward on some of this stuff and helped out a bit more on some of this stuff, right? I'm trying to put it nicely. She would also get this response from this user saying that, yeah, her video is like actually shadow banned. They say, yeah, it's shadow banned. I have all notifications on for your channel and I got 0 notifications for that video, I presume. Also, I have a small channel and just had my best video to date, and it hasn't really slowed down, so don't think it's holiday related. But then again, my stuff is 3D printing and miniature painting stuff. We got another weird story here. This user saying, normally your videos show up very quickly in my For You section. This time was weird. I would not have known you published a new video on YouTube had you not posted on X about it. It simply never showed up like it always does. And I just saw this response from Chelzor, the Destroyer. She also said, in response to Shoe0nHead here, thanks for this, that's very sweet. I'm laying low with it since it slapped me with a 90-day warning. And speaking of Kitsu a moment ago, I also just saw her in the responses here too. She says, YouTube AI continuing to be BS. Hope YouTube fixes this ASAP, man. Also, don't forget how they disabled my AdSense account for literally no reason. And all I'm being told to do is wait. Yeah, the Kitsu stuff's crazy too. Take a look at this. She says, hi Team YouTube, Team Google, happy holidays. Adds these accounts and says, I have a YouTube channel of almost 90,000 subscribers and a secondary YouTube channel of almost 15,000 subscribers. I've been without my AdSense account for 2 weeks now. Yeah, for those who don't know, without an AdSense account, you're not getting paid from anything on YouTube. You need that account. And she says, please, can you please get me into contact with someone from AdSense? Your AI falsely flagged my account, likely a false positive. All my YouTube channels and my AdSense account are in good standing. My YouTube's AdSense account is still disabled. I still have gotten no reply on my first ticket. The support only tells me to wait. Here's what happened. On December 12th, I've received an email informing me that my AdSense account was canceled. Reason: the AdSense account is connected to an account that is breaking AdSense policies. I first misunderstood this as it would be connected to a banned account, but I now believe they are referring to my YouTube channels. The issue is all my YouTube channels are in good standing, no warnings, no strikes. I can upload just fine. When trying to appeal it, I get auto-replied that they cannot take a further look because of the following 5 reasons. They cannot confirm the account, saying the publishing ID is wrong. It's not. Their records show the account is still active. It's not. The account is connected to an account that was closed or disabled due to policy reasons. It's not. They are unable to confirm the account again. I should log into my connected Google account and try again. I did. The account may have been disabled due to invalid click activity. There are no invalid clicks. All my views and clicks, for that matter, are to my knowledge legitimate. I'm told to fix any of these issues and try again, but each time I only get auto-replied to. Please help me reinstate my account or get me into contact with someone that I can talk to about this issue. She also said, as a reminder, this is how it started, linking to a tweet from back on December 12th that reads, please help, my AdSense account was just disabled because your AI falsely flagged my account for ban evasion. I've never had a banned or disabled account, and I have never violated any AdSense policy. And yeah, we can see this message had said, violations found. Account related to a disabled account. Our specialists have found that your account is related to an account that was disabled for violations of AdSense policies. Publishers whose accounts have been disabled are not eligible for further participation in the AdSense program. And then, of course, all the further context that we already went over that's occurred since. So yeah, it's a whole bunch of BS going on, man. I feel so bad for these people. I really hope within the next few days we start getting some good news about this. You know, Kitsu getting reinstated, Shoe's video having whatever issues it's been having, like not having that anymore. If it's shadow banned or whatever, it's back to normal. Maybe the views start like flying up. All the creators who got hit by this, I hope they get their strikes removed. You know, it's just, what the frig, man. And then right around like Christmas and the holidays too. I don't think I have anything else to say. It's just a depressing topic, honestly. But, you know, hopefully we do get, as mentioned, some good resolutions as quickly as possible. And as always, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the comments and in the next one.